Annually, Belize honors and celebrates the women in our country during the month of March. We use this time to reflect on progress made, to galvanize support for issues that adversely affect women, to call for change, and to celebrate acts of courage and determination by ordinary women who have played extraordinary roles in the history and edification of our communities and of our beloved Belize. International Women's Day has been observed since the early 1900s. It is a collective day of global celebration and a call for gender parity. It is all about unity, celebration, reflection, advocacy, and action. The theme for this year's Women's Month is Break the Bias. This theme is inclusive and significant in our efforts to empower women and girls, and in working towards achieving gender equality. We can reimagine a world that is diverse, equitable, and inclusive, a world where differences are both valued and celebrated, and women are respected and celebrated. Understanding that bias exists is not enough. Action is needed to eradicate bias and to level the playing field so that women and girls are not denied opportunities for education and employment based on bias. We call on all Belizeans to break the bias of stereotypes and discrimination in our professional, personal, family, and social lives. I am proud of the fact that in February 2022, members of the House of Representatives and the Senate gave their unanimous support to the motion against domestic violence in Belize. This motion is of great significance because it is the first time that a call was made by national leaders for national leaders to take a stance of zero tolerance to domestic violence. It has now been recognized as an issue of national importance and an affront to Belizean women, families, and children. The houses, both upper and lower, pledged to take both individual and collective action to end this plague in our nation. Likewise, there has been staunch support for the proposal to grant Nora Parham, a victim of terrible domestic violence, a pardon posthumously. It is never too late to say sorry and to demonstrate by solid action that we are righting a wrong as best as we can. Women are powerful agents of change, and the far-reaching benefits of diversity and gender parity in leadership and decision-making are increasingly recognized in all spheres. Still, Belizean women continue to be vastly underrepresented in decision-making in politics and business. This being true especially in rural and indigenous communities. Women are also recognized as agents of sustainable development and key players in our fight against climate change as partners in the preservation of our environment. Empowered women will help us to build resilience not only against climatic change, but also against external economic forces by being at the forefront of the war against poverty. We do this by promoting education, health, and wellness, and increasing productivity within our families and communities, and by effecting positive change both in the present day and as well for future generations of Belizeans. When women are meaningfully represented and engaged in leadership bodies such as the legislature, courts, executive boards, and community councils, laws, rulings, and decisions are more likely to be inclusive and representative, and diverse views are taken into account. This inclusivity and diversity leads to a more equitable and just society. Our government is committed to changing the narrative on women in leadership and to confronting the socio-economic drivers of gender inequality. Already, there has been a movement to empower the women of Belize through several grant and loan programs geared for women in micro, small, and medium enterprises. There has also been an important movement to encourage more women and girls to engage in STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and maths. Through scholarships and mentorship, government has prioritized housing and land ownership for women and single mothers. I say to you, Belizeans, there is still much to do before women, who are over 50% of our population, are represented at all levels of leadership. But I am confident that this will change for the better if we are determined. Therefore, women of Belize, on this March 1st and throughout this month, we salute you. Once again, Happy Women's Day and a happy Women's Month to all.